We're going to call this meeting to order, the minor variance meeting, dated January the 6th, 2016, started at 12:45. We're just waiting for some motions to get around the table here, because we have a little bit of appointments to be completed before we can start.
I have the first motion, moved by Hal Johnson, seconded by Chris Olmsted. Be it resolved that the Committee of Adjustment, as directed by legislation, appoint Charlene Jackson as chair and Darryl McLaughlin as co-chair for the term of office January 1st, 2016 to December 31st, 2016. Any discussion? Councillor McLaughlin. January 1st, 2016 to December 31st, 2016. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Motion number 2, moved by Chris Olmsted, seconded by Hal Johnson. Be it resolved that the Committee of Adjustment, as directed by legislation, appoint Doug Schultz, Chief Building Official, as Secretary Treasurer, and Hope Delabow, Deputy Clerk, as Recording Secretary for the term of office January 1st, 2016 to December 31st, 2016. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Moved by Hal Johnson, seconded by Chris Olmsted. Be it resolved that the minutes of the previous Committee of Adjustment meeting dated August 19th, 2015 be adopted as circulated. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed, if any? Carried. Okay, and we have minor variance application A10 2015, Peter Hawthorne and Joni Hawthorne and Sherry Knapp. I'll pass it over to Doug Schultz.
Good evening, or good afternoon. We have a minor variance for a piece of property that is going through 2 severances. The property is owned by Peter Hawthorne, Sherry Knapp, Joni Hawthorne, and the agent is Robert Shepard. The property is off of Purple Finch Trail, and what they're trying to do is create a building lot that will have enough area to be able to build a house on the property. We are here to the setback is going to be a reduced setback of 3 meters to a private road, and the relief requested is 4.5 meters. It's minor, as the county and we have discussed. It's not a through road. The road ends at this property, and but until the decision of the severances have been granted, we have to hold this minor variance in abeyance, because we cannot approve it until the severances are ready. Any questions? Now, Mr. Shepard and his wife are here. Do you want to talk about it at all, Rob? Yeah, come on ahead.
My name is Robert Shepard. My wife Jane Haley is with me. We made an offer to purchase this particular property. We'd like to put a house on the property. It's a very interesting property to try and work with because of the issues. My wife has done some plans up, and I'd like to just hand out the plans. There's 4 copies, so perhaps one at each table to show you what the challenges are for the property. the top plan, the property is located almost at the location where the Wilderness Tours starts their rafting trip, almost across from Joe Kowalski's house, or in that area. Not quite as far as Joe's house, but a little bit to the east of that. Sorry, to the west of that. The neighbor is Mr. Selener, who has a large farm operation, so there's nobody else around except for the farmer that's affected by the minor variance. There are cottages to the west along the water, but he's the only one that's behind the property where the minor variance is requested of. He has also signed a consent, the fourth page of your documentation. He signed a consent, written consent. He signed it, his wife signed it, to allow us to go down to 2 meters if we wanted to, because he only has like a cornfield behind us. He's not concerned about the minor variance. So basically, the problem with the property is it's a waterfront property off of Purple Finch Trail. It has a private right-of-way into it, but when it was created, you'll see where it says on the plan, if you look on the top of the page, it says Part 4, Plan 49R 47531. You see on the first plan, the first document I gave you. There's a part of the top of the property. It says Part 4, Plan 49R 4531. That's a 66-foot right-of-way, which was given to Mr. Selener, who's the farmer that owns the property to the back. The problem with the right-of-way is that your bylaw provides that you have to have a 7.5-meter setback from the right-of-way to construct a house. So Mr. Selinger has agreed, because of other problems with the property, to release 1/2 of the right-of-way. So it is 66 feet, or what's that, 10, how many meters? 10 meters? No, it's more than that. It's 20, yeah, he's gonna release 10 meters, half the right-of-way. So he'll retain half the right-of-way for himself and release the other half. So the first ever application is for him to release 1/2 the right-of-way for us. In exchange for that, and as a carrot to him, he wants a piece of property at the end for a turnaround, which we granted to him, which is outlined in our red on this particular map. So he said, no problem, I'll release the right-of-way, but I want you to transfer to me a little piece at the end of my property so I can turn my farm equipment around at the end. I think he has a cornfield there or something. So we said, no problem. The other problem with the property is, if you look at your map, we had Adam Kasperzak go down to the property to do a survey for us, and because of the flood elevation and because of the 100-meter setback, there's only a very, very small area on the property, which is about 5 acres, to put a house. It's a little area, my finger is on your map, because you'll see it shows 30-meter setback plus the high water mark. So there's only a very small area where it's sort of a little bigger, where you can sort of put a house in. So he's going to release the right-of-way to us, so we can use that extra property for a location for a house. But we want to ask the committee to reduce the setback, because we're going to gain 10 meters back, but lose 7.5 with the setback. Not lose, but because the setback is there. So that's why we've asked for the minor variance reduction from 7.5 to 4 meters. So we have the 2 applications for the committee for severance, and we have the application here for the minor variance. The property's been on the market for quite a long time because of the various issues of the high water mark and the setbacks. No one could figure out how to purchase it. But Mr. Selinger, who owns this farmland all back here, he has no issue whatsoever with this application. We want to go from 7.5 to 3 meters, so reduce it by 4 meters, by 4.5 meters. We've attached the application. I think on the application, my wife simply yellowed the part of the reduction. We would appreciate a reduction, the minor variance of the whole. The whole right-of-way we're going to get back if possible. I think it's less complicated that way, just to say 3 meters from the right-of-way, that we should get the severance application for.
And that's what we have it listed in there. It's just 3 meter setback from the front property line.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I don't know when the severance are going to be heard. We filed the application about December the 10th, and we haven't got the notice yet to post it. So I expect to be a few more months before we get that process going. But the other parties have consented to the severance. Mr. Sellinger and the Hawthorns, of course, want to sell the property, so they're happy to consent to it.
Any questions from the Committee of Adjustment? Kathy?
First of all, I just want to say how wonderful it is to hear neighbors getting along with neighbors. That's great. And it sounds like it's a win-win for all of you. But I just want to ask, Doug, do you see any issues at all with this minor variance at all on your that you can see?
No, we've did a lot of planning and a lot of surveying on this piece of property, and it's fine.
Any other questions? Okay, I'll read the motion. Moved by Kathy Rigger, seconded by Terry Miller. Be it resolved that the Committee of Adjustment hold minor variance application A10 2015 Peter Hawthorne, Joni Hawthorne, and Sherry Knapp in advance until consent application 141/15 sub 1 and 142/15 sub 2 have been heard and approved by Council of the Township of Whitewater Region. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Carried.
So do we call you when we get that severance?
Yeah, you can give the office a call and speak with Doug.
Whenever we get notification from the county that the decision's been granted, it'll be one of the conditions on the decision. And as soon as we get that, then we will have another minor variance meeting sometime or fit it in and then approve it. Okay.
Thank you. Moved by Terry Miller, seconded by Kathy Rigger. Be it resolved that the Committee of Adjustment for the Township of Whitewater Region, dated January 6, 2016, be adjourned at 1 p.m. All those in favor? Carried.